War has always shaped human history, and its cost has always been measured in blood. Today, we're recounting down the top 5 deadliest battles ever fought, conflicts where millions perished and the world was forever changed. Make sure you stay until the end, because number 1 didn't just win a war. It decided the fate of an entire continent. Kicking off our list at number 5 is the Siege of Leningrad. During World War II, from 1941 to 1944, Nazi Germany laid siege to the Soviet city for nearly 900 days. They cut off all food, fuel, and supplies, hoping to starve the city into submission. The result was a humanitarian catastrophe. Over 1.5 million people died, most of them civilians. They weren't killed by bullets or bombs, but by the slow, agonizing grip of starvation, disease, and the freezing Russian winter. Despite the unimaginable suffering, the people of Leningrad never surrendered. Their defiance became a powerful symbol of resistance and the incredible strength of the human spirit against impossible odds. At number 4, we go back to World War I for the Battle of Verdun. Fought in 1916, this was one of the longest and most savage battles in history. A brutal contest of wills between France and Germany. For nearly 10 agonizing months, both sides hammered each other with relentless artillery barrages and suicidal trench assaults. The landscape was turned into a hellscape of mud, craters, and death. When the guns finally fell silent, over 700,000 soldiers had been killed or wounded. All for what? A few miles of scorched earth. The French army's defiant cry, "They shall not pass," echoed through the trenches and turned Verdun into a sacred symbol of national courage and sacrifice. Coming in at number 3 is the Battle of Berlin. In the spring of 1945, with World War II drawing to a close, the Soviet Red Army launched its final massive assault on the capital of Nazi Germany. What followed was a desperate, chaotic fight to the death. The city was pulverized into rubble, street by street, block by block. Over 1 million people lost their lives in the onslaught, including countless civilians trapped in the crossfire. The battle culminated in Hitler's suicide and the final collapse of the Third Reich. The fall of Berlin marked both the death of a monstrous tyranny and the dawn of a new, divided world. Setting the stage for the Cold War, our runner-up at number 2 is the Battle of the Somme. Also from 1916, this infamous World War I offensive was meant to be a decisive breakthrough for the British and French forces. Instead, it became a horrifying symbol of senseless slaughter. The battle began with what is still the darkest day in British military history. Nearly 57,000 casualties on the first day alone. For months, soldiers were ordered out of their trenches and into a hail of machine gun fire, across fields of mud and barbed wire. By the time it was over, the total casualties for both sides exceeded a staggering 1.1 million. The Somme exposed the brutal reality of industrialized warfare, a nightmare where human life was tragically expendable. And finally, the number 1 deadliest battle in human history, the Battle of Stalingrad. Fought from 1942 to 1943, this was the ultimate turning point of World War II. For 6 brutal months, the German Sixth Army and the Soviet Red Army were locked in a fight to the death in the ruins of the city. The combat was ferocious, fought street by street, house by house, and even room by room. Soldiers battled in sub-zero temperatures, sometimes dropping below -30 degrees Celsius, but the fighting never ceased. By the time it was over, the death toll was almost beyond comprehension. More than 2 million soldiers and civilians were dead. But the Soviet victory at Stalingrad shattered the myth of Nazi invincibility. It broke Hitler's war machine on the Eastern Front and gave the world hope that the war could, at last, be won. From Leningrad to Stalingrad, from Verdun to Berlin. These battles are a stark reminder that the ultimate price of war is always paid in human life. If history teaches us anything, it's that peace is the most powerful and precious victory of all. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey through history compelling, Please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the past. Which battle do you think had the biggest impact on the world? Let us know in the comments below.